pilots and co-pilots. Brian here, KLAX today with some very low cloud outside. We're on our way to Phoenix. We're going to be flying that route in this beauty here. It's the Zibo modded 737 as usual with the AudiobirdXP sound pack. But we've got the Astrojet repaint here done by Cessnarox. Links to all those things will be in the notes below my video. We're going to get programmed up and get in the air. We're not going to be doing anything amazing in this flight. I just had a desperate need to do a flight. So the one thing actually I am doing, the reason why I'm doing this flight is because I got this repaint the other day. Got it from the Cessnarox website that he's got. And noticed the actual registration of the plane is N951AA. So I went and looked this up online as to what N51AA is. Sadly, it was actually repainted away from this into a normal American repaint come May of this year in 2017. And but the thing was on FlightAware, it had the historical flights over the last few days of this plane, and it's been going all over the place. So I thought, well, that's going to be a bit of fun if I can do some actual flights that this plane has been flying recently, albeit not as coolly painted as this anymore. Then that's a good experience. Some are long flights, some are short flights. And so this flight is about an hour and 30 minutes in total, which was perfect for me as I don't have all day to sit at my computer be flying. So I'm going to jump in, program us up, we'll be up in the air, you'll get highlights of this flight, not the whole flight, and we'll get on our way. So I'm in the plane and you can just see that we're getting the ramp connected up to the plane so we can get our passengers on board whilst we get up and running. The first things we're going to do, we're going to bring power on, standby power on, ground power. We can switch back bus and we can switch to ground power on there. We're going to turn the cabin utils on. Arm the emergency lights, but we don't need to put them on. Let's put our no smoking and fasten seatbelt signs on. I'm going to go up here and get the IRSs aligning. I've got them on high speed align.
We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
Why, thank you for that. So, we're going to come down here and start checking things out with our FMS. We're going to clear that. I think the IRS is aligned pretty much instantly. I've got that on high speed. That's not real world. We'll put our GPS information into the scratch pad. Back to the previous page. Paste that in. Our airport today is KLAX. And our gate is T552, but I've no idea how to enter it in here so that it knows it. But I don't think that's a problem. Let's just show you the details of our route. So this is the route as viewed in Sky Vector. We're going to be taking off from 25 right in Los Angeles. We'll head out over the water and then swing back in and across and straight across to Phoenix. It's a nice simple flight. So that was our route that we're going to be doing. And now we're going to be going to KPHX. Our flight, don't need to put this in at all, but it's AAL 1308. Now we're going to go to the next page to add the route details in. And in fact, let's do our departure here. We're going to be doing a 25 right with a halt 1 and a transition of TRM. Okay, so that's in our route, so we can look in there. There we go. Halts to TRM, so we add the next bit, which is, bring it over, here you go, you can see in Sky Vector, direct to BLAH and then Hydra 1. So BLH is probably our transition for Phoenix and Hydra 1 is our star. Let's try that, shall we? Shall we see if it really is that simple? Hydra 1, BLH, there we go. We actually don't have any waypoints in between. And what did I say we're going to land on? Runway 26. That could of course change as we get closer, but runway RNAV 26, ILS 26. Transition Zerlo, maybe? We'll see. I'll look at it on the map when we get there. So we're going to do this. We're going to look at the legs. We have a discontinuity there, but not anymore. We're going to get rid of that nasty vector there. I don't want to be vectored anywhere. We don't have ATC on this flight, so I better know the whole route. So I'm going to do this just so I can see this. Switch that round to plan. And now I'm going to check out my... Actually, I'm going to zoom that in a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to check my plan that nothing weird happens. So now that's changed the view on this, so I can now hit this step button. Step, step, step. EV, bolts. Okay, across we go. Swoon, Hydra. And we come into approach at Lemo and up to Zerlo. And then round to... Okay, well I let it do that. That seems a bit strange, but... And then straight down in. Okay. A bit of an odd one, but I'm willing to take that. So we'll come up here, switch that back off plan. Okay. We can get back to programming our flight. So I've already added the weight of our plane in. We're operating at about 152,000 pounds with about 17,000 of fuel. We're going to be flying at flight level 350 today. Okay, and our reserves are 2. Our cost index is 35. Sorry, I flicked to that screen too fast for you to see. If you want to know, there, cost index 35. Our average winds are going to be 298 at 27. So 298 at 27. We're going to put that in there. Now we need to know the top of climb T/C outside air temperature OAT. So I'm going to go back to my sim brief doc that it generated, look at my vertical profile, and it looks like it's going to be about minus 44 C. So minus 44 C. Okay. I'm going to do a derate on the engines, go to takeoff. It'll be a flaps 5 as standard. The centre of gravity there is 8. And we've got our speeds here. V1, V-rotate, V2. Back to the index. Oh, actually, what was that? 153 for our V2 speed. So, we'll take that 153. Let's put it in here. Let's hope I'm doing this fast enough and we're going to get our slot 153. Right, let's see our initial altitude I'm preparing for. They're going to give us 7,000, so I'll put that in there. Okay, next thing I'm going to do whilst we're worrying about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, release. Okay, the APU is now starting up. I'll start activating all the other systems in a minute. So what is our local time? 12:41. We want to be taking off by 1 o'clock. We should be able to do that just fine. I bet all our passengers pretty much finished loading. I have turned the passenger sounds off at the moment. I usually have them on, but for right now I don't want them on. I'm going to start getting my fuel pumps on. I wonder if it'll let me put the yaw damper on. Should do. Okay, Once the APU's up and running fully, we'll be able to switch to APU generator, which actually what I should do is put the anti-collision lights on. We are in a live plane now. I'll look outside. I think... Ooh, where are we? We got a little flashing light on the top. That at least helps everybody know we're in a live plane. Okay, they got the doors locked. I just heard them shut the doors there. We're going to come up here. We're going to turn our window heats on. Probes on. And we'll get the other electrical pump in a minute. Our altitude today is going to be 35,000. And let's just hope I can remember to turn my packs back on. Okay, what have we got to do down here? I'm going to set that to RTO just ready. I'm going to arm my auto throttle. I'm not going to do that actually, it would seem. That's going to be worrying if I can't actually arm that. Nope. Okay, what else do I need to do? So what I need to do is bring up a map here just so that I can see my departure. ATIS is 135.65. I'm going to put that in a second to listen to the weather information. Our gate is somewhere around here and we're going to be taking off from 25 right. So we'll probably go up C and then across and onto that runway there. So 135.65. Remember that, everybody. So we'll come down here. And we'll do 135.65. That's already in this radio. I must have been flying here very recently. Well, let's put it on the primary. Oh, actually, I think. Can I turn it on with that? I can't remember how you turn on the... Oh, let's do it on the primary. I can't remember how to use my secondary radio on this right now.
Los Angeles INTL information Juliet. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 230 at 9. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 1800 overcast. Temperature 18. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2986. Arriving runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 25 right.
So that's 2986 there.
25 left, 24 right. Advise on initial contact. You have Juliet.
Let's just listen once more.
Los Angeles INTL information Juliet. 2000 Zulu weather. Wind 230 at 9. Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 1800 overcast. Temperature 18. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2986. Arriving runway.
Oops. So I just put the runway heading and speed in, and I will use that now to go back to the previous page and there we go. Reconfirm. They haven't changed, but they need revalidating. Right. So we have our altimeter set. Our FMC is programmed. Flight directors are on. I think I'm going to...
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I'm just going to get my push back going. There we go.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, he's driving up. That means I can turn my logo on. I'm going to put my probe to steady. And I'm going to turn my wing lights on. There we go. Get them ready to be seated. I'm going to turn my packs off ready. And just give a visual double check that everything else is done. I haven't done my checks on this. I should have done things like check my stall warnings. Yep, they're all good. And I'm not going to do my fire warnings either.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Okay. Just get the ramp away. He's going to ask me to set the park brake again in a minute. Lifting up.
Tow connected and bypassed and inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Okay, we're going to start our engines. I'm going to start left engine first. There we go, I can just hear the rumble of that. That's obviously getting going. We'll throw the fuel in. Okay. We're both up and running. Nice. Okay. Whoa. That was a bit cheeky. Okay, and we're going to get the APU is now off. Switch that to cont. Okay, I'm going to put my taxi lights on dim right now. I don't want to blind the guy. And we're ready to start our taxi. It's definitely a grey day in Los Angeles.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, so I've armed the auto throttle. Can actually dial my flaps in now if I want, and I think I will. Okay, I'm now going to put my taxi lights on full. There he goes. I'll reverse back out. Disconnect from hand signals. Goodbye, sir.
is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thanks a lot. Okay, let's put that on file. Did I put that? There we go. Is he out? Not yet. Okay, but everything's ready to start taxiing. Oh, he's out. Hand signals. Great stuff. Okay, arc brake off. Small amount of throttle. And we're on our way. So you join me back again after that little high-speed taxi. We're just approaching 25 right. Now if I was flying with ATC and so on, I guess I would be correctly setting the transponder to active around now, so I would do that anyway. Okay. We'll probably be waiting for a flight or so to land, and then ATC would inform us that we can enter the runway. So I'm going to put our landing lights on.
Approaching 25 right.
Now I'm going to swing hard round. Not that I need maximum runway, but round we come. Well, not too bad, I guess.
On runway 25 right.
Okay, last check. We're at 5 degrees flap. Oh, something we wouldn't want to do usually right now, but I'll just check the chart. Okay, I had a quick glance there. It's 251 is our heading. We should have primed in there. 7,000 feet.
On runway 25 right. On runway 25 right.
How do I get this to go? Is that running now? Okay. Engines up slightly. Toga. Goodbye, LA. Phoenix, next stop. Oops, slight deviation to the left there. Bit of right rudder here. That's actually quite a bit of right rudder.
80 knots.
80 knots. Okay, we're committed. I'm going to continue. Drifted over to the left somewhat there. Coming up on V1. Now.
V1, rotate.
Okay, rotate. Try and get a smooth rotation. Okay, slight again. Drift to the right.
Positive brake.
Okay, positive rate. Gear up. Bit bumpy. Little bit bumpy.
400.
400. Gear is coming up. Oop. Not sure what caused that sudden
1,000.
dip. Okay. I'm going to now put LNAV and VNAV on. Our flaps are up. We're heading out over the water. It's certainly very cloudy. And we can now see the route here as we program it through that. It's taking us out over the water, and usually would look back and see the beauty of LA behind us, but maybe not so much today. We're actually a couple of minutes early, so that was great. Got my weather radar on just in case, I guess. So we're now at 4,000 feet, making our way over the water past LA. I'll lock my landing gear. That RTO has already turned off. Any other cleanup I need to do, I need to put my packs on so I don't kill my passengers, which I did again the other day. Came back to my PC after a couple of minutes. All my passengers dead, screen black, we're all dead. Okay, the wing lights can go off and the logo can go off. Oh, I forgot to turn taxi lights off anyway, so they're off now. I'll leave my landing lights on until 10,000 feet. A few stutters and freezes going on. It's loading in some different clouds and weather.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go. Ah, there's an interesting bug feature. So I took off, and as you saw, I had about 6 cameras running their different outputs. So I do that by pausing the flight, rewinding, replaying, doing a flight replay from a different camera, recording it, and then I come back to this. So it takes me about 30 odd minutes before my wheels leave the ground. And I do a little bit, and then I come back, and you see me now. However, this does not stop recording. So this says we've been flying for 28 minutes when we've been flying for about 3 or 4 minutes, so that's interesting. Replay time is counted on the chronometer there, so not too useful. Okay, we're running. So ATC have just cleared us up to 35,000 feet. Now my big worry is that VNAV will be hooped now. Won't do this. I've had some terrible trouble with VNAV recently on more recent Zibo builds. We'll just see if that'll get picked up in a minute or not. I've ended up having to fly all my step climbs and everything else manually. Okay, I re-enabled VNAV there, and yes, we are climbing. However, we're also increasing in speed. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, I'm hoping some of this cloud clears soon. I'm going to continue my climb. Let's just see how... Oh, good. We've calculated top of descent on this flight, which is good. We've only got 190 nautical miles to top of descent, so this is going to be a quick flight for me. And that's our flight. Tailwind, crosswind. Okay. You can just see the mountains through there in the distance. It actually looks really gorgeous. I'm going to keep climbing. Actually, I'm going to turn my landing lights off now, and you'll tune in with me in a bit. So now that we're over the mountains and we've left LA behind, we're heading out into the desert basically. The scenery is very different. Bit of scatter cloud there in the distance, but on the whole, look at that. Isn't that amazing? And I'll show us on the map where we are right now. So this is our position right now. And down to the left is Cathedral City. And then we have Salton Sea is what we can see there, and we're pretty much following what's this this freeway here, or highway, or whatever you want to call it, number 10. That looks like it's heading out towards Phoenix. So that obviously that's the highway that connects LA to Phoenix. Look at that. Pretty desert. Joshua Tree National Park off to the left. Okay. So that over there is the Joshua Tree National Park. There's this Cathedral City then, I guess we're going over. And there's the highway winding its way through some pretty inhospitable bits of the world, I think, by the look of it. Looks beautiful and terrifying all at the same time. And we're on our way. It's beautiful livery though. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? So I shall see you when we're near a top of descent, unless the weather's any different. I think the weather's pretty good in Phoenix, so I will just check the forecast, see how we're doing with that on our before our approach down into Phoenix. So we're just banking here as we're making our way to our next waypoint, and we've also just hit top of descent, so our engines are throttled back somewhat and we're doing that slow cruise down to the ground. I'm just going to bring up the ILS map here for runway 26 in Phoenix, so we've got some information on landing. Drag required at the moment. It needs, let's just put some speed brake out to help bring us down in speed, then I'll go and look at the ILS. There, we're down to speed now. So I think we're set up to runway 26, so our localizer is going to be 111.75. It's 11,000 foot runway. The approach course is going to be 258, so I'm going to need that. The elevation of the airport is 1135, so I'm going to need to put that in a minute as well. So let's go up here. Landing altitude 1150, I guess that's close enough. Okay, everything is looking good apart from that. Absolutely loads of fuel left. Huge amounts of fuel. We've got ATIS tuned for Phoenix, so hopefully when we get close enough we'll be able to hear what runways are in use and the weather conditions, but it looks scorching hot and lovely out here. We've got a slight tailwind, 18 knots, ground speed's 408. Turbine air temperature minus 21. The engines are pretty much idling right now. We're sitting at 250 and we're descending just under 29,000 feet. I'm actually going to bring that altitude way down. Right. 127.575, I think. Let's have a look, shall we? That's a bit difficult to find Phoenix at the moment on that stupid map. I do think this map needs if anybody from Lamina is watching this, their map tool needs reworking. That's rubbish that you can't scroll further across than where your plane's on it and zoom in. Makes it very limited in use. So we've got deceleration coming up there. And what's that going to be? Down to 240 maybe? Oh, okay. We're at 250 right now. Our approach course was 258, I think. So I'll just get these set up now, because I will forget later. So we're still continuing our descent down towards Phoenix now. We're at 22,000 feet and we're at SNRRA, Sonora, whatever. And if we look over on our approach chart here for the Hydra 1 arrival, we can see that Sonora there is flight 220, and we're going to be descending down into towards Hydra there, flight level 190. There we go, so this is all correct as we would expect. And then over on part 2 of the chart we go from Hydra, then we're going this route, Agla, Chavo, Limo, down to 7,000 feet. So that will get us there before too long. It's a nice day actually. I mean, oh, look at this scenery. God, I love X-Plane. Right, so we're on course. We've got another turn coming up now. Good. I've still had no word on ATIS yet. I'm hoping I'm tuned in correctly. That might not match what X-Plane has for the airport, of course. So let's see. No, that's. I might just be able to get the details of the airport. No, not quite. There we go. Details. 127.57. Okay. So I'll just double check that. And 2979. 127.57. Let's get that. Just check. 127.57. Ah, they got 5. Huh. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I'll figure that in a minute. So the engines have just spooled down slightly as we're reducing in speed, as we've just hit below 18,000 feet. Here we go. Here's my 80s.
2100 Zulu weather. Wind 260 at 12.
Altimeter setting.
Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 25. 2.3. Altimeter 2979.
29.
25 right.
79.
Left.
And over here.
Runways 26. 25 right. 25 left. Advise on initial
I had they're
contact.
using runway 26, so we're good with our approach setup as well. So let's flick our radios back off that. I don't want to listen to that whole flight. So we've got our speed on track, our altitude. Let's just check where we should be tracking. Let's have a look at this. What are we on? We're coming down to 14,000 feet now, and we're still at 250 knots. Got a range of mountains there in front of us. Stunning. So this is just a slow continual descent. I'll get that set up as well for 258. Now what did that chart tell us? Oh. Sorry. I have an old Microsoft joystick here, a force feedback 2 joystick. And even though in theory I don't really have any force feedback on it for this, it suddenly kicked forwards there. It does that occasionally, and that actually can throw off the autopilot. So anyway, let's check the charts. I got to set up my ILS. So our ILS is going to be 111.75 to put into the nav radios. Okay, and our missed approach is going to be 2,500 when we get there, if we need a missed approach. So this is our route coming in. Okay. So 111.75. So let's jump down here. Seven 5. And 111.75. Okay, I'm not going to put them active into nav yet, but they're both set up ready. So what's that we're flying past right now? There's some airport there. Well, if I look at where we are on Google Maps here, it says that's Phoenix Goodyear Airport, maybe? That looks like that's what that could be. And while we were looking at the map there, our engine spooled down somewhat as we were slowing down. We're coming... Let's have a look at this. What's going on here? Okay, yeah. I see, so we're swinging across at Le Mans up to Zerlo. It needs a bit of drag. Okay, we can help. Clear the message. You can just see our spoilers out slightly there. In fact, you know what? I'm going to leave that out there and then I'm going to turn them in. There we go. That's quite the shot actually, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. We're about to hit 10,000 feet. Oh, we need to drag again. We've dropped down to 2 forward. In fact, we're doing quite a bit of speed reduction there. We're down to 210. That is a lot slower. Well, we're below 250 anyway, so we're okay on that. I am going to put my landing lights on. Oh, and there's our turn. Right. Hello, Mr. Airport. There it is. That's Phoenix Sky Harbor International. Okay. Retract flaps. Oh, not flaps. Shut up, Brian. Retract speed brake. So what other little things do we need to worry about? We've checked our chart. We've got our altitudes coming down. We're under 10,000 feet. We're slow enough. Okay, autopilot is on. Everything looks good. We're following the chart. I know what we need to do. I need to come here. So our init ref now only has the approach ref. We need to choose our BREF speed. We're going to do flaps 30 landing. So that I've chosen that. So it's 152 knots is going to be our speed for flaps 30. In fact, I'm going to put this back on that here so I can see my legs. Okay. So, not another aircraft in the sky, of course, because I have no aircraft. I think if I'm feeling rich, maybe in next month I will get the world traffic and learn how to configure that. I think it will be a good $30 to spend. Here's our big turn. It's going to be a bit stuttery because the scenery for the Phoenix airport is pretty big. It's a big complex Mr. X6 scenery, and yeah, it's going to cause a bit of stuttering. There's not a lot of traffic down there. You'd expect that freeway to be a bit busier, but anyway, hello Phoenix. Certainly looks better than the conditions we left behind in LA. So we're kind of crossing the route that we're gonna fly out here and then back in. I might, as we get past this, depending on our altitude, I might cut this short. I imagine that's where the vectors bit comes in, that they would probably bring us round and in that way. But never mind. Let's go and zoom in and have a look at those cars. Look at that. Oh, that traffic on the freeway there. There's a baseball ground there. In fact, quite a few baseball diamonds there. Cool. So we're slowly making our way well out here. I am probably going to hijack this in a minute. When we get to about there, switch to C-run and it'll do us in a curve. Actually, maybe I'll do it when I get to about here. And then it'll do us in a curve round and in for C-run, I think. Straighten us up as we get onto our approach. So otherwise this is a long slow flight back out away from Phoenix right now. We've got some mountains coming away underneath there. They look great. I haven't got the terrain radar turned on today. I probably should have had it. I had it in my mind that Phoenix was nice and flat. I forgot about all the mountains. We should probably have the terrain radar on to help us out there. I don't need the weather radar on anymore. It looks pretty damn nice. I'm going to turn center tanks off. I'm not going to use a lot more, but take down what's in the wings a little bit more. Nice, let's have a look at that side. Yep, more desert. So nearly at the point. I'm going to cut it short. So let's do that, shall we? I'm going to take that and put it there. There we go. And that didn't work. Why didn't that work? It might work if I'd hit that button. Here we go. There we go. I feel happier now we're turning away from these mountains. I certainly wouldn't like to be doing that at night, knowing that they're out there. Not quite ready for our approach yet. Yeah, we did cut a little bit off the end of that run. It's so clear. So we're still at 215. We don't slow down for some time yet. Front. Yeah, we'll be slowing down just about then. Okay. So we're doing a bit of swinging back and forth. Our passengers are going to love this. Throttle's inching up a little there. Oh. How are we doing on this chart here? Are we to Zemos now? Okay. So we should be descending. Throttle should come down a bit. That's it. Good job. Maybe I'll just listen to 80 one more time.
Sky Harbor INTL information line. 2100 Zulu weather. Wind 240 at 8. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 19. Dew point -3. Altimeter 2981.
2981.
Arriving runways 26, 25 right, 25 left. Departing runways 26, 25 right, 25 left. Advise on initial contact you have line.
Okay, so it has changed slightly. Same runways are still in use, but we have a slightly different altimeter setting, so that was good. I'm going to press these little buttons here and put our ILS's in. Yeah, it's picking that up already. 18 nautical miles. And we will be slowing down a little further soon. And there's the runway ahead of us. Good that I've got my super zoom vision. All pilots can do that, didn't you know? We're leveling off for a bit at 5. Do a bit of work here and set my auto brakes ready. It's coming around to approach. And once we're at 3,000 and on the localizer I will switch to approach. Speed's dropping. I'll probably go to like 1 degree of flap just to start adding a little bit of drag to help us keep our speed down. We're getting ready for landing. I'll put my logo on. Don't really need the wing lights on. I'm doing it anyway. I'll put my runway turn off lights on. Okay, 2500. We're going to 5 degrees of flap right now. I'm switching to approach. That's it. And what's our approach speed? 152. Okay. We're going to get around to 15 degrees of flap. Right, it's 10 degrees there, and it's coming around to 15. Gotta wait for our speed to scrub a little more. Our diamond is in the middle there, and we're just slightly off the glide slope there, but it's coming back on board. There we go. Nice and steady. The weather is nice and calm. Hello, Phoenix. Okay, we're on the money. I see my puppies look like 2 whites, 2 reds.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Burcham, as you said.
Okay, I can bring my gear down now. I'm slow enough. My flaps are out. Gear is locked. And down.
Approaching 26.
Okay. Okay, disengage the autopilot. Slack those up there. We're at 150. I'll get ready to...
300.
Okay, down I go, yep. Little high now, but we have a long runway. Who wants to do an auto land all the time? That's boring. A little slow on the speed here. Coming down.
100.
Okay, the speed brakes are armed now.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And flare. And we're down. Not too bad. Slightly off the centre. I'll take that. Ooh, this is stuttery. Sorry about this. My poor machine. I got a round of applause from the passengers there. Yes, everybody, we are alive. You know what I'm going to do?
5,000 feet remaining.
I know.
4,000 remaining.
I'm not even sure where the proper airport part is. It's probably way down here, isn't it?
1,000 remaining.
In fact, I haven't even got the scenery on. Look at this. Ah, shit. I mean, oh darn. Sorry, YouTube doesn't like that sort of thing. Sky Harbour's not on here. I was going to say, this just doesn't look right. What? Aww. I love his sceneries. I can't believe I haven't got it installed. And I rolled all the way down this end because I couldn't work out where the actual airport was. It just didn't look right. What the hell was this? Oh, Brian, you should check you've got all your sceneries installed before you do a flight. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to do the next leg of this flight, wherever that goes, and we'll look it up in a minute. And, oh, is that it over there? I do have it installed. I've just gone to the wrong place. Anyway, give me a minute and I'll get over there. So you join me again. I just found my way. Yeah, I was so focused on the landing I didn't look at the scenery, and yes, I did have the awesome scenery installed. I was just looking in the wrong place for it. So I am speeding a little bit. Whoa. For some reason, plane's refusing to respond to the steering there. Right, I'm gonna go and find somewhere to park, and bring the plane back down to cold and dark. I'd like to thank you for flying with me today. If you like my videos and want to see more of them, hit the subscribe button. There's also a little bell thing if you want to be notified when I upload videos. That helps with that, because I know YouTube have been messing around with the way their subscription system works, and I know I miss out on a large amount of other people's videos when they release them, because it doesn't even tell me anymore that they've released them. The other thing is, I'll put a link in there. This is like a subscribe option that you can a page that you can actually see all your subscriptions. You can follow what they're doing. If, like me, you've been missing stuff, that's a cool thing to bookmark and check that instead of the standard YouTube front page. But anyway, thank you for watching my video today. I think next time I'm going to be back in something a lot smaller. I've got the Baron 58 in mind. I love that little craft. I think I'm going to be flying that one again somewhere. Maybe from Phoenix. Maybe we're going to do a desert flight. Is there anywhere down there I can park? This is like driving around Walmart at Christmas. You're just looking for a parking space. No? Okay, I'm going to keep going and try and find this. But anyway, thank you for flying with me today, and I shall see you again soon.